Hey everybody, I just wanted to share with you just really briefly about my video from yesterday about the raw macaroni and cheese. Some of you may have saw that video or read through the recipe and thought that it maybe looked labor intensive. There's dehydrating, there's soaking, there's blending, there's all of that stuff. And it may feel, like I said, a little labor intensive. Maybe the ingredients feel expensive, and they can be, especially if you don't normally eat raw. You may not have nutritional yeast sitting around, so therefore when you go and buy it, it feels expensive and like, what are you going to do with this all for this one recipe? Nutritional yeast has many different uses, so that is one thing that will not go unused. If you eat regular popcorn, it's great to just put on top. I put coconut butter, and then I sprinkle the nutritional yeast and sea salt on like my popcorn if I have regular popcorn. If I do cauliflower popcorn, I do the same thing with it. So you're not going to not use that. If you start getting into raw cheeses and things like that, you're going to use nutritional yeast for that. So that, although may feel expensive at the time that you're buying it, which it's not even that bad, but if it does feel like that, just know that there are plenty of uses for it, and it's not just going to sit in your cabinet. When it comes to the cashews, yes, cashews are expensive. But this isn't really a recipe that I would be making all the time anyway. I eat pretty simple raw fruits and vegetables. I don't need a lot of the transfer foods, or basically what we like to call the in-between foods of somebody going from a conventional standard American diet into a healthier, maybe like raw food diet. So as you're transitioning into these lifestyles, recipes like the baked macaroni and cheese is good. Raw cheesecakes are great. Raw cookies, raw whatever. Those are more expensive than when you're just eating raw fruits and vegetables. That's always going to feel more expensive. So don't feel overwhelmed with like, I can't afford to make this all the time. I don't have a dehydrator. Make it work for you. Give it a shot. I do feel like the more you get into it, the more that the investment is worth it into a Vitamix, into a dehydrator. But in all honesty, if you're just trying to get healthy, you don't really need that stuff. There's plenty of recipes that you can make work for you and where you're at and what you have. Don't feel like you have to get something more, because the truth is, like, God has provided you with everything that you need right now. You just have to open your eyes and look around and fight for the things that you feel like God is calling you into. It's easy to stay where we're at and where we're comfortable. But if He's calling you into a deeper space, be brave and courageous and go forward.